The Dbot X2 Omni from Ecovacs is exquisite, and its all-encompassing design makes it totally foolproof. Not only does it vacuum and mop, but it also has a docking station with clean and dirty water bins, a self-emptying dustbin, a cleaning station down below for mop pads that use an industry-first 130 degrees of hot water to clean the pads. You can also remove the tray in the cleaning station for a detailed clean. Once the mopping is complete, the base station has a hot air drying feature that quickly dries the mop cloths, cleaning tank, and base station within 2 hours to prevent the growth of bacteria and bad odors. Some other unique features are its square-shaped design to better clean edges and corners, a large rolling brush underneath that allows it to cover a wider area and finish faster. And with that larger brush, it also has 8,000 PA of suction power. For reference, my robot vacuum upstairs only has 2,600 PA of suction power. That's 3 times more powerful. The X2 Omni also has auto lifting mop heads, so it's not dragging wet mops on your carpets and rugs. Dual laser LiDAR sensor on the side instead of on the top, giving it a lower profile to fit underneath furniture. Superior obstacle avoidance with its AI-VI 3D 2.0 camera mapping system that can also double as a security camera. A built-in voice assistant named Yiko, and all of this is being powered by a 6400 milliamp battery. All right, we've got a lot to cover in today's video, but I want to thank Ecovacs for sponsoring this video and also sending out the Dbot X2 Omni. About a year and a half ago, they sent out the X1, and it's been my daily, bi-weekly driver ever since. And I gotta say, this thing is absolutely foolproof. It takes about 5 times to run through and learn your floor plan, but as time goes on, the vacuum gets smarter and more efficient. Now, I'm excited to crack into this new one, so let's take a look. Inside of the box is the base station, which houses everything that we need. We have got our clean and dirty water tanks here on the top. In the center is going to be our dustbin. So all of that dust is going to get sucked out and put into this bag, which we can dispose of later. Below that, we've got styrofoam with an extra rolling brush in there. And then we can attach our ramp, which is going to allow the vacuum to get up into the cleaning station to clean our mop pads with that extra hot water. Inside of the second box is the actual vacuum itself. On the front of the vacuum, we have got that AI-VI camera system. This is going to be used for detecting anything that is right in front of it. On the side, we have now got our LiDAR sensor built into the side, which is going to give us a lower profile for getting under furniture. On the side of the vacuum are going to be additional sensors for moving around the space. Underneath the lid of the vacuum is where our dustbin is. That's going to collect all the dust around the house. Now on the bottom of the device, we have our mop pads, and then we've got that extra large rolling space that's going to take advantage of that 8,000 PA of suction power. First thing that we're going to do after getting it set up in the app is that we want to fill up our clean water bin. When we do our initial run with the vacuum, it is going to go around the house mapping everything out. It's not going to do any kind of mopping initially. It's just going to go around and get an idea of the layout of the house and where big furniture is. It'll then save the floor map to the app and return to the dock ready for its first run. All right, here are where things get cool. We can now take that initial map that was created and we can customize it a little bit. We can divide up rooms if we want to do that. We can name rooms, which is pretty cool. So in here, I have divided up the rooms, how they are laid out in my house, and I have gone through and I've customized the names for each one. What makes this cool is we can now use the voice assistant to send it out to different rooms. So I can say, okay, Eco, clean the kitchen, and it will go off and clean just that kitchen area. Or we can say, clean the kids room, and it'll go and just clean the kids room if we would want it to do that. We can also use the voice assistant for starting and stopping just a normal cleaning routine. Now here in the app, we have a few more options. Down here at the bottom, we've got our general settings where you see start, but if I swipe up from there, we bring up a lot more settings. So we can set vacuum only, mop only, or the combo of both. We've got our power settings in here too, number of times that we want it to run. If you want it to clean a little bit better, you can have it run twice. We've got our deep scrubbing option here. We can set schedules, smart clean, station settings. So if I click on the station settings, we've got our option here on how frequently we want the dustbin inside of the vacuum to be sucked into the actual base station. We've got our mopping cleaning pad. So every 15 minutes, my mop is going to return back, clean the pads, get some new water, and then head back out again. So we've got that option there. We've got our mopping pad washing. So I like to use the hot water feature in there. It's a pretty cool feature right there. And then we've also got our hot air drying time. So 2, 3, or 4 hours, depending on how fast you want those pads to dry off. The faster it goes, it's going to be a little bit louder. So you are going to hear a bit of a humming, but it's not too bad. It doesn't bother me. Now, backing out of this, something that I want to show you, I'm going to scroll down from the top to close out of this. We've got a couple options here at the very top. If you see at the top, it says 3D. So I can tap on the 3D here, and it's going to give us a 3D rendering of our map. So you can take a look at that if you want to do that option right there. I'm going to close out of that, go back to our normal maps. And then right next to the option at top, there is a camera. Let's skip that one right now and go to the next one, which is going to be, looks like a folded map. We're going to tap on that. And those are going to bring up the different maps that we have programmed into this, because this vacuum right here can do multiple floors. So if you do have multiple floors, you can program all of those into there. And then you just have to bring the vacuum to the different floors. You don't have to move the base station at all, just the vacuum, which is something that is just awesome with the Ecovac devices as a whole. This works with any of their vacuums. Okay, backing out of there, I want to go back to the camera up top, and that is going to bring up the security camera that is built into this. Now let's jump over to the iPad so I can give you a better look of what's going on. So when we load up the camera, these are the options that we're going to see. We've got our joystick over here for controlling the vacuum and moving it where we want to go. We've got our map up here so we can see where we are. We've got an alarm, HDR, we can close out of the app. Let's go ahead and tap that again. Arrival on command, we got patrol, voice call, and return to station. So cool thing right here is that for patrol, I can tap on this and it's going to patrol around the house and do all the movement for me, so I don't have to actually make that control myself. Now when we want to stop it, I'm going to go ahead and put pause, and then we're going to say return to station. We're going to say end and just return back to station for us. Now, when you do log into the camera, the vacuum will announce it. So everybody in the room will know that somebody is viewing the camera. Now, this is one of my favorite features because in that schedule, I can select which rooms I wanted to hit in each order. So for my upstairs layout, I wanted to start in my office first. Vacuum there first while I am dropping the kids off at school. And then when I come back, it is done in here and it is going through the rest of the floors upstairs in the house. Okay, so now I want to put the vacuum through a real world test. I have spilled some Cheerios on the ground and I want to see how well this vacuum can suck all those up and clean it up. Now, running this demo made me realize that there is a pretty big flaw with this vacuum, and that is the fact that it does not have dual brushes on the front. So when it was rolling through the Cheerios, instead of having that brush on the outside sweeping things into the middle, it actually missed all that stuff on the outside and allowed the wheel to roll over all the Cheerios, crushing them and just putting Cheerio dust all over the floors. To me, that is a big no-no for a robot vacuum at this price point. Because of the extra mess, I actually had to have the vacuum run over that area 3 times before it was cleaned up. I also wanted to test its obstacle avoidance. I threw a couple shoes, some of the kids' toys out into the hallway to see how it would navigate around it, and it did a great job. Now, this is a high-end, state-of-the-art device. We've got 8,000 PA of suction, dual mopping pads that lift up when it hits a carpet or rug, a LiDAR sensor built into the front instead of the top. We also have a camera system built into it too, for not only seeing things in front of it, but also patrolling your house for security reasons. A base station with clean and dirty water, a dust bag so you only have to empty it every 6 months, and a mop cleaning station that uses 130-degree water to clean those pads and then also warm air dry them. So the features of this vacuum are loaded to the max. If you are interested in purchasing this vacuum, there are links in the description below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys.